Where was your favorite place to film? I'm curious. So it's set in San Francisco.
Is she Canadian or is she British? Look at that spelling.
I have no idea, you guys.
Jessica Simpson is not Canadian.
Well, I really, you know, I think San Francisco is kind of a star of the movie, you know, because
we shot in Vancouver, which we called
we kind of shot it in Vancouver.
Yeah, so we like shooting in San Vancouver. How about that?
San Vancouver, yes.
That's our favorite place.
So everything was shot in Vancouver, except for, I imagine, some of the B-roll we saw of our
Well, they
fair
kept
city.
telling us, that was the whole lure. They were like, here you go, you get to shoot a movie in San Francisco, and no one ever gets to shoot there because it's so expensive. And then we show up to Vancouver, and they said, you're not going to San Francisco because it's so expensive. But maybe we'll do a couple days.
Thanks for signing that contract.
Yeah, exactly. We love Vancouver, but we also, you know, wanted to go eat at Quinn's, and, you know, there were some yummy little spots we wanted to hit up.
Well, hopefully
Humphrey Slocombe, what about that ice cream?
Oh. That ice cream is good. I like the ice cream shop too.
I don't know that one.
They have some really good homemade cones.
Yum.
Do you remember?
No. Do you remember?
You probably did something with the car or something?
In the car?
Yeah, did you?
When I died?
No, not when you died. I thought when you were driving my car.
Okay. Yeah.
The sob.
I mean, it was supposed to be very scary, but I thought it wasn't it kind of scary?
Because I was puking? No,
Help
we
me
had
out
to
here.
actually, we had to do it where I was driving recklessly a car sequence, and I was very sick, and I was
Yes.
pregnant. But I just pretended that I was just very sick. That was funny for, I guess. I don't know. It's just like when you're on set, there's never like this big funny moment or this big funny prank. When you get to be around people that you enjoy, it's always a nice experience. And then, you know, you buckle down and you do the hard work, and then that's nice too.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
a lot of
it's your,
crying in
it's
this
your
movie,
day job,
though.
just like ours. Yeah.
Just another day at the office. I would just probably use the opportunity to post my first tweet.
Which you told me that you're going to do today from Twitter, right?
Yeah, I just took a picture, like a panorama thing, so I thought maybe I can use the panorama of
I can
you
take a
guys.
picture of you
Very meta.
standing there. We'll do a panorama.
Let's
like
do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
On my
Okay.
phone.
Okay. Good.
I thought we'd have time.
We'll do it in a second. Yeah.
Who would you tell?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, would I know that I stopped aging?
I guess it would take a while for you to realize, like, I'm still pretty hot. And nothing has moved. Like, gravity seems to have no effect on my body.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, you're like,
if it
I'm
if it
supposed to be
stop,
45,
if you
but
stop,
I'm
yeah.
looking pretty good.
Pretty perky still.
That's how you find out.
Everything, like, this bikini still works for me. Yeah. And then at that point, you basically tell everyone, like, I'm the youngest. I'm the hottest 45-year-old.
But I imagine it would be scary, and Adaline experiences that in the 1950s. If you stop aging, that's when, you know, Men in Black come down from the ceiling and then come try to poke and prod you and figure out what's
your secret?
DNA,
Yeah.
so that
How
they
can we use
exploit that and put it into face creams and sell it to the masses. So I'd
Maybe
hide.
we'll use it. Yeah.
I'm paranoid. I don't leave the house much.
Well, it's a very romantic movie, and I say the most important theme is, please forgive me if you don't agree, love. But not, right?
Yes.
But it's not just about this love story between Adaline and Ellis, right? Mm-hmm. It's also very much about the love between Adaline and her daughter, I think, which is a kind of a sad situation.
Yeah, and also the love between Adaline and someone else, which we won't talk about because it's a spoiler alert, but oh boy.
Yeah, but whoa.
Also
significant.
a sad situation.
Check in on that, everyone. Go see it if you didn't get a
She's
chance
going to need
last
a lot
week.
of therapy.
And him too. That'll be the interesting follow-up movie.
Yeah,
like,
right.
what happened?
I know.
Yeah.
Right? That one will have to be written by Seth Rogen, though.
You
Working
go
with
for it.
Harrison Ford, who's Indiana Jones.
True.
Does that count of us shooting together?
Counts.
Yes.
Yes.
You're like the son of Indiana Jones, basically. Resume.
Basically, I am.
Yeah.
And, by the way, little known fact, which is something we discovered later, and we were like, is this awesome or is it terrible? His last name is Jones, and his father is Dr. Jones in our film, also Indiana Jones. I'm not going to do Sean Connery impersonations today.
Conspiracy theory.
But there you go. We were able to weave it in there.
No, but it was
working together.
it was really awesome working with Blake. But
But
I think we were both.
that's what it's going to be on
We
the
were
counter, just an
both
ellipse.
blown away by Harrison Ford and Ellen Burstyn, who plays Blake's daughter, and the rest of the amazing cast, Kathy Baker and Amanda Crew, but you know, I thought for someone like Harrison, a movie like The Age of Adaline would just be another project on his vast roster of movies, of big movies that he has lined up, and it turned out to be the opposite. He showed me, or by his presence and the way he was on set, that he's so passionate about storytelling and about movies that I found it very inspiring to be surrounded by that.
Yeah, and our movie, because he was able to land the gig in our movie, they actually greenlit this movie called Star Wars, and so he was able to shoot that right after. So, you know, we're very generous with him.
Yeah.
Kind of, you guys. There's a few people interested in that.
Yeah, he was about
Some
to
of
be
them
for
are in
Star
this
Wars,
room,
and
I
we're just
know.
like sitting there, just like foaming at the mouth that Indiana Jones is here. We're calling him Dr. Jones, and he's about to go to Star Wars. It was not normal. It was like a Comic-Con moment in my head at all times.
So you guys kind of get starstruck too.
Totally.
It's not just us.
You know, you'd think you would want to live forever, and you'd think that the fountain of youth is something that would be amazing if you find it, right? But it's one of the things that I really liked about this movie when I first read it, that it actually shows in a very original way and in a beautiful way that it's a very sad thing, and that it places you outside of the cycle of life, right?
I think so. I think, you know, what you see with this movie is the idea of infinite amounts of time. I mean, that's the thing that I'm always chasing most is more time. And you realize that time is only valuable with love, because if you don't get to spend that time with people that you love, or doing things that you love, then you're just alone forever. Forever.
So it's okay that you're
Sounds
not
terrible.
immortal.
Yeah. What about, so you do have this time. What would you do?
Say
Well-
we'd have.
Yes.
Being alone forever, peeling
Yeah.
wooden bananas.
Would you
in a
do
white
what Adaline
room?
did? Would you close yourself off, or would you
Okay,
live
well,
with
okay.
verve and
If let's say it happened, I like the idea of then taking the time to not just travel the world, but live everywhere in the world for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
yeah?
I agree.
I think we can all agree on that.
Well, I always look to sit down with someone who's experienced what my character is experiencing. And it was really challenging to find someone who's 100 years old, and even more challenging to find someone who was immortal. So I just had to make it up and hope that it seemed somewhat grounded and somewhat realistic. But you guys have nothing to gauge it against, so, you know, that's the good news for me.
Right, there's no one to discount your experience.
No, Benjamin Button.
Yeah, true.
He's
Again,
really cute when he's like a little old man, but you know, that's I don't know. That's my rival, I guess.
right, having to pretend that you've actually lived through these like incredible time periods.
Yeah, and to be young forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just playing an older woman, but playing an older woman who's also able-bodied and able-minded and,
Right.
and is still youthful. And you know, when you're young, what's amazing is that you're so present, and when you're old, you have so much experience. That it's that you're in the present, but you're also so much of your past is also
Right.
with you. So it was a tricky struggle.
Yeah, and
Playing Ellen
adjusting-
Burstyn's mother.
Adjusting to like changing norms and cultures.
Yeah,
while still
exactly. I
being
mean,
young.
you look at what happened in the world in the past 100 years, and
Yeah.
it's imagine living through that. That would be really challenging, but also incredibly formative.
We require 100% honesty and full
look at
transparency.
that. I'm not in charge of this, so like, I mean, hello, those costumes.
Would you like there to be a Gossip
amazing.
Girl movie?
I think we'd all like for there to be a
Yeah.
Gossip Girl movie. I'm not in charge of it, so don't ask me.
Okay, fair enough. Or maybe you
We
haven't done it
did
yet.
this movie called The Age of Adaline.
What do we call that? Like, is this like
but-
rom-com, romance, tragic comedy, romance?
The Age of Adeline?
Yeah. How are we categorizing it? besides romance?
I
Well, it's romantic, but it's also really twisted. If
Yeah.
anybody has seen it, it takes a very strange turn.
It does take some strange turns there.
But you know, there's a sense of magical realism. There's something a little sci-fi about it, you know, because something pretty remarkable happens to her scientifically. Yeah, my favorite genre I've acted in. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that,
You wear buckles in Game of Thrones. That's gonna be pretty awesome, right?
yeah, no towels.
Just buckles.
They didn't have towels. But you know what? I hope that in years from now, I'll look back and I can say, you know, I've tried all genres.
Yeah.
I really hope that. Yeah.
I imagine that's the exciting part of your job is getting to do a bunch of
It
different
is.
things. Yeah.